Hey everyone, and welcome to our weekly Kubernetes SIG Release meeting. This is the time slot for the EU time zones. So I'm linking the agenda in the chat. So please add yourself to the agenda. And I would like to remind you that this meeting adheres to the CNCF code of conduct, so which basically boils down to be mindful what you say and be excellent to each other. Note taker for today is Joseph. Thanks for that. And before we start with our sub-project updates, I'm not sure if we have one for each sub-project here today. We would like to welcome any new members. Do we have anyone on the call who would like to introduce themselves? Because if not, then we can go over to the sub-project updates. Do we have anyone from release engineering on the call who would like to provide us an update?
Maybe I can give it a try. So no major updates from release engineering side, besides that we had those emergency patch releases 2 weeks ago. So yeah, everything other than that went fine. Yeah, we are looking at what is the next steps that we can take and work on. Let's hope that we can make some progress on stuff such as packaging and other in the future. So, but so far there are no updates for this time.
All right, thank you.
The GCR to Automatic Registry migration it's coming along very well. We're almost at the end. Just gotta change a few more manifests. You might have seen a flood of pull requests. There's a few more left, so bear with me, and we're almost done.
All right, thanks for working on that. Jeremy, you have another topic for release engineering.
Yeah, I just wanted to say we did the first release of promo tools since like July. So there were a few changes that landed inside of that. I don't think anything should have been breaking, but if you see anything, let us know and I'll take a look.
I have another update. So the release artifact signing cap is now tracked for this release. This means we are good to go to work on the linked implementation issue in this one. And I have to ping Adolfo, and I think Navarone also wanted to work on this. But we also would require some docs, and yeah, we have to outline a plan if we can actually achieve the better implementation for this cap until the end of the year. Cool. Anything else regarding to release engineering updates? Yeah, that's great. It's good to hear. Because then we can go over to the release team. Do we have anyone from the release team here who would like to provide us an update? I guess we can skip this part then. Yeah, exactly. And then we can move over to our open discussion section. So Mohammed, you already provided us an update on the GCR to AR migration.
Yeah, that was copied from last week. What I needed has been done, which is great. Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, we can skip that.
Cool. And the next one is from Joseph about KubeCon. And if there is support needed. Yeah, this is a really interesting topic. Did you already discuss what we have generally in mind in one of the past meetings, Jeremy?
I think we discussed it at a really high level. We submitted a contributor summit session so that we could reserve space to have an in-person SIG release meeting. And I think that was the kind of extent that we had discussed it so far. Joseph, do you remember anything else?
No, I think that's pretty spot on. And I know that if there's anything else SIG release related with CFPs, we won't know until maybe later this week or early next week.
Yeah. So I think that it would be interesting to just have a in-person meeting in general, because I think a lot of folks are going to be there. We can discuss whether we want to have any specific topics that we want to dive into, like if it makes sense to discuss maybe the work we want to do around the release signing, or kind of have in-person collaboration around any of the things we want to accomplish this release cycle. So maybe some help or some planning that we could do ahead of that is try to identify which things we want to try to tackle in person.
Yeah, this sounds great. So we can start outlining an agenda for a special meeting, maybe already part of this document as well, that it's public for everyone. And my question would be, for everyone who already attended at the get-together and the past KubeCon, is there anything we can improve for this on-site event? Do we have anything in mind?
I haven't been to one in forever, so I'm excited. Happy to take any suggestions from folks too.
I was the Valencia one, we actually had pretty good attendance. We had about 30. And I think probably the one improvement, probably which we're tackling now, is trying to be a little bit more formal about agenda. I know we didn't know going into Valencia, but I think we had good discussions. But I think with everybody in person, we probably could take a good topic that would get some high value with everybody's in-person presence.
Yeah, my question now would be, I'm just thinking about possibilities, right? So do you think it would make sense to somehow record it? I mean, audio might be a big problem when we speak about the rooms there, because we don't know how large they are. But I mean, taking notes should be sufficient, right?
Yeah, I think we can try to record it. I don't think that the Contributor Summit staff is planning to provide much in terms of like AV and recording stuff, but we can try to make the best of it. Definitely take notes, but we can record it and see how that goes.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then we plan to do a get-together in the evening, right? So we would require a location. I was asking around at different spots to get some budget for the evening get-together, but I failed, honestly. So we have to pay everything on our own if we don't get another sponsor or something like this. But we would definitely probably require a location, right? Because we can spin up a doodle poll who would like to attend, and then we have a fair amount of people who would like to join, and then we can get a restaurant or a bar, a pub, something like this.
I started building a list of places around Detroit area. So I will I think a doodle is a good idea. I can send some selections of places that would be probably good to go to, and we can have a Google poll or something to maybe narrow it down and see who's interested in going.
Do we want to have a fixed date like Tuesday evening for that?
Yeah, I think Tuesday evening probably works the best for me.
Yeah,
just selfishly.
Yeah, I mean, Wednesday evening is the all hands party, right? And I mean, we could also make it optional for Thursday evening or something like this, but I'm completely unsure about what other companies are planning, right? So
yeah.
So then we would probably have to create something, or we could also create a survey, right? So we have a list of locations which are preferred and then sort them by priority or something like this. And then also say, okay, would you prefer to do it on Tuesday evening or Thursday evening? Marco, by the way, since you're on the call, are you going to KubeCon?
No, not this time.
And this is probably also too short, right? Because the CNCF also provides some sponsorship for folks from SIG Release. So the question would be, would you be interested if we can ask this, if we would ask the CNCF for sponsoring the travel and things like that?
Yeah, it's not a problem in travel, but it is a problem in getting visas and other stuff. It is a bit complicated. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So do we have any other topics for open discussion? Because if not, then we could either walk the board or we close the issue early today.
Has anyone seen Adolfo?
Adolfo and Carlos are out for an on-site event this week.
I haven't heard from them since the Open Source Summit in Europe.
Yeah.
I think he took a little bit of vacation after Open Source Summit and came back, and now they're doing their company
Okay.
offsite. He's alive. Talk
Okay,
to him.
that's good to know. I need something from him, so
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
guessing everybody else does as well.
Carlos also mentioned that he will probably travel the whole October. So I'm not sure what they do other than traveling and chain guard, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing an actual company thing in Seattle next week. This is like a retreat vacation sort of thing for the company. And then they're going to go to KubeCon after that. So Carlos is here too, or in North America for that time.
All right, cool. Then we will probably have a chance to see them next week. Any other topics? Because I would like to prefer to close the meeting because we have a fairly light attendance.
Yeah, that works for me too.
All right. Thanks you all for attending and see you next week.
Cheers
Bye.
all.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day. See ya.
See you. Bye bye.